Good evening, my darlings. How are you doing? I thank you so much for being here with me this evening. Okay, let me turn my phone down. What a day, what a day. All right, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me, whoever is here. Okay, I saw that Jam was here. I don't know if Jam is still here or not. Jam, Leah Lady says, hello, Queen Q. Thank you so much. Right back at you, Queen. And it's Cat. Yeah. Oh, sweet Aces Silhouette. I love your name, and I say that all the time, but it's true. I love your name, sweet Aces Silhouette. So I have to take a break from the readings. Hey, Lil, my darling. CN1. You have to take a break from the readings because I just need a quick little break. I'll be back to doing some readings tomorrow. We're either going to look into Hollywood overall or the Kardashians, um, them, or the whole Jay-Z, Beyonce, are they next type of issue. I haven't decided yet. Here's something that I will say that I found very interesting. Very interesting. So I was kind of doing my research because I know, with everything that's going on as it pertains to Diddy and Hollywood, as Hollywood being exposed and all like that, what I found is that something that I thought, what I found, this is just my research, is that there is there is some suppression, there is suppression of um doing the is Jay-Z and Beyonce kind of next type stuff. There's some suppression with that because you can go to those of you who are content creators, you can go into your YouTube, you can kind of research topics and stuff like that. Baby, when I type that in, it doesn't really show. It's not coming up. It's not coming up. I find that very interesting, right? I find that very interesting. Then someone told me earlier today um that Jag's interview was snatched and Jay and Beyonce were apologized to. Okay. So to me, and that's just to me, that is suppression by elites. Mhm. Yeah. That's interesting. I find that very interesting. I saw another reader say that she was kind of feeling like the spiritual suppression trying to read on certain Hollywood entertainment big wig people, right? So I know I'm not the only one because depending on who you all are asking me about, sometimes I feel like the blockages around it. Yeah. Yeah. Depending on the questions that you ask me, depending on the person that you all are asking me about, I can sometimes feel the suppression around it. It used to be more so with Diddy, like when we did some of those first Diddy readings last year. It was a little bit into Beyonce and Jay-Z too. Like something's just coming up kind of blank. So seeing another reader say the same thing lets me know I'm not alone. There is the spiritual warfare is out here and it's very real. Okay. Yeah. The spiritual warfare is out here and it's very real. And those of us, like I said, you can feel like when someone is a reader, right, and you're receiving information from spirit, you know, the information comes fast, you can explain things. When you start to kind of feel blocks or like you're looking at your cards and like nothing makes sense, that's interference. That's spiritual interference, right? So it doesn't surprise me doesn't surprise me because I don't speak for all readers. Every reader and psychic and medium, they are their own people. But yeah, seeing that confirmed, you know, yeah, seeing that confirmed from someone else, I'm just like, okay, so I'm not crazy. I'm not crazy. Lil, I hope you stay here. So, one of the first things that I wanted to show you all tonight was something that I found hella funny, honey. I found hella funny. And for this, we need to go to Twitter. We need to go to Twitter because make no mistake about it. Make no mistake about it. People are out here, they're spiritual workers, they have been in the past, and everything like that. But the hypocrisy and the way people try to cover things up, you know, um, where was this tweet? Because we about to go. No, I just want to show y'all. I just want to show y'all. Um, let me see. Let me find the tweet because baby, people were grabbing him by his edges, whatever edges he got left. Um, we're gonna go take a look at the Pope's Twitter account. Uh-huh. This was something that I saw maybe a week or two ago. We're gonna go take a look at a couple of tweets from the Pope's Twitter account because I don't know if he know or not, but yeah, let me bring this in. Let me bring this in. Lil is still here. Okay. Let's go here. I found this interesting. Okay, this is the Pope's Twitter account. This is the Pope's Twitter account. Okay, let me put myself down here so you all can see. Did we all see this lovely, lovely, lovely tweet from September 23rd? Right here. Let me zoom in so everybody can see it. I'm sure you can see it. The Pope says, this Pope Francis, this is his official account, Pontifex, right? The world is made up of many different realities that are diverse precisely so that they can assist and complete each other. When they are harmonized, all generations, peoples, and differences can reveal the wonderful splendor of humanity and creation. They drug him. They drug him, right? Oh, they drug him in the comments. Hey, Miss Anonymous. You know that, hey Tion. They drug his ass, right? They drug his ass. Because if you read that, you see it right there. If you read that, what does that say? Girl, I don't like his ass either. What does that say? Hey, Kevin. This right here is pretty much saying that no matter what your path is, or your belief is, or whatever your religion is, it all leads to God. That's pretty much what this is saying. That's exactly what this is saying. I don't know if he wrote this. I don't know if he has PR people who just tweet on his behalf every day. But baby, this was September 23rd. They drug his ass. They drug him. Okay. So let's go and see some of these replies. Because baby, this is exactly what he said right here. The world is made up of different blah 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 blah. When they are harmonized and different differences can reveal the wonderful splendor of humanity and creation. Baby, that's saying that everybody's path leads to God and has something to say about humanity and God, creation, whatever. That's exactly what it is. So they drug his ass in the comments. So let's go to the comments because I was chuckling reading these comments. This is the kind of syncretist, woke, PC nonsense that this man spews on a regular basis. If he no longer holds the tenets of the Catholic faith in his heart and mind, then he should resign the chair of Peter. And I want you all to keep Peter's name in mind. Keep Peter's name in mind and start his own church of Bergoglio. I don't speak Italian, so mhm. Somebody said, "What are you, head of atheism?" They were dragging his ass. Can you post a few Bible verses to support your statement? What it is not and never has been is Christian. They told him to F off globalist commie. They said Karl Marx said that, comrade. No, very Masonic though. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. So, they dragging his ass. They drug him by his nose hairs. I know they long because he old, and I don't care what nobody say. I know they drug him by his nose hairs in these replies. Very Masonic though. WEF brand religion. Mm-hmm. Different realities. Isn't there just one reality? As a Catholic, I find this message perplexing. Okay. Is this the Holy Father or some Masonic community manager? I can't believe what I'm reading right now. Y'all, y'all, the drag was epic and never ending. Okay. Pope, no. The Pope on Catholicism. They got the Lisa Simpson gift in there. They called him whoever this is, they called him a clown. They said the Pope is not Catholic. He's a demon rat. Okay, lover of children. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, uh-huh. So, they're dragging the Pope. They're dragging the Pope. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They drug his ass by his nose and his ear hairs. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. They drug his ass for filth. And we could keep going and going and going reading this. Like I said, I think I spent a good like 5 to 10 minutes going through these responses and laughing the other day. Right now, we talking about how the Pope got his ass drugged. The Pope got drugged because he pretty much tweeted and said that all these different realities and human experiences all lead back to creation. So the Catholics and the Christians who follow him, they were dragging him by his nose hairs. Okay. They went and found his crusty, rusty little pinky toe, and they drug his ass all through St. Peter's Square, honey. They drug his ass. Okay. Right. Right. So they drug his ass. So I want you all remember I said make sure that you are paying attention to these names, St. Peter's and all these other different holy Catholic Christian names because I'm going to show something. I'm going to show you something. But I'm showing this for you all to see that, and I don't care what no one says, there is that quote unquote the powers that be kind of globally, that kind of global thing going on. That was interwoven into some of everything. Because the Pope just told you that it don't matter about it don't matter that the world is made up of different realities that are diverse and precisely so they can blah 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 blah. All this foolishness here. That was September 23rd. So then either him or his PR team had to try and clean it up. So let's go back to a different tweet from the Pope. That was September 23rd. 2 days later, he trying to come back. He trying to come back and fix it. On September 25th, he came and he said, our secularized world is teeming with magicians, occultism, spiritism, astrologers, and satanic sects. If we kick the devil out the door, he tries to return through the window. If we overcome him with faith, he seeks to return through superstition. And somebody was asking him, like, is the devil a cat? Because you put the cat out. If the window is open, the cat gonna come through the window. Somebody asked him if the devil was a cat, and I had a good hearty laugh at that. But here they go dragging him in the comments. Mm-hmm. And then somebody said, "This you? This you?" Oh, they got his ass. Oh, they got his ass. Uh-huh. Mhm. They got his ass. Okay. They got his ass. They said, "Your Holiness posted these one day apart. The first being a form of esoteric, magical, spiritual." Oh, they got his ass in the comments. They remember when he said this 2 days ago. He said this on September 23rd, and then he came on the 25th and tried to take it back. He tried to rein it in because um they grabbed his ass and they drug his ass across the floor when he got on his knees to pray. So they got his ass. I found that actually absolutely hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. So then they start going in on the astrology part. And then they got them. What's wrong with that? Aren't magicians, occultism, spiritism, astrologers, and satanic sects all just equal paths to God, according to you? They still dragging them. What I found was, and this was funny, this right here, not today, Commie Pope. What I found interesting was here they got his ass. Seeing the star, the Magi, which Magi is the plural form for magicians, traveled westward following this celestial sign, astrology. When they found him, they offered him frankincense, myrrh, and gold. Alchemy, occult. Seems you wouldn't have much without it. Mm-hmm. They said you can't walk this back now, dragging his ass. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to get to a specific tweet because I had to go look into this myself. I had to go and look into something myself. Where is this tweet? I mean, they were just drilling his ass. I'm trying to find the tweet. It is by, I know the name when I see it because they had to call his ass out. Oh, here they go. Last time I checked, tarot readers and astrologers having massacred Christians. Okay. Um, I'm trying to find the one reply because it was a really, really good reply, and I had to go research myself. And the reply is, "Did you know that them popes back in the day was they had them some astrologers. They had them some astrologers. Uh-huh. When I find it, I did take a screenshot of it, just in case I couldn't find it. Where is it? There was one astrologer. Ooh, child. It was one astrologer who was showing how them popes back in the day were them popes back in the day, they were using astrology to build that stuff, especially in Rome. So let me pull up this web page because I had to go find it myself. I had to go find it myself. Not this one, not this one, not this one. Where is it? Did I put it in my bookmarks? Put in my bookmarks. Let me find it. Let me go to my photos and find it because they drilled him. They just drilled him to oblivion. I kind of felt bad because they were drilling him, but then I didn't because people just be out here saying some of anything, and like I said, they they drilled him, and it just is what it is. It just is what it is. So let me send this to myself so you all can see Ooh, yeah, I have found some good stuff. I found some good stuff. Some good stuff for y'all. Okay. So let me send this to myself. Let me send this to myself because I made sure I took a screenshot of it. I think I sent it to myself on my phone. On my phone. Let's send it over because what did I? Where is it? Don't tell me I lost it. I hope not. Okay. Let me pull it up for you all. Okay. Let me pull it up for you all. Okay. I'm just gonna have to pull it up another way. What happened to it? It disappeared. Pope don't want me to show y'all, but I'm gonna show y'all anyway. So let me do this real quick. Because I found it quite interesting. Let me do this. And let me mute this. And I'm going to bring this page over so you all can see because it was a beautiful response to this. Oh, Jesus Christ. I don't know how you all use. Listen, ad blockers rule the world. Okay? Ad blockers rule the world. Ad blockers rule the world. One second. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Okay, here it is. Let me bring this over. Okay. So we're going to stop this screen. Let me pull the other one in so we can watch together. Window. Okay. Boop. All right. Why didn't it come up? Share screen. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I don't want me to show you. The Pope them don't want me to show you. Present. Share screen. Window. This one. Share. Okay, here it is. Okay. So here we are. We are at Pope attacks astrology. So let's listen.
But on September 25th, we got poped. The Pope put out an attack on astrology on September 25th. Let me share the actual tweet. It was just like this just a bizarre tweet that came out of nowhere. It was actually the day of the Mercury-Neptune opposition in Virgo and Pisces. But Pope Francis said, our secularized world is teeming with magicians, occultism, spiritism, astrologers, and satanic sects. If we kick the devil out the door, he tries to return through the window. If we overcome him with faith, he seeks to return through superstition. So obviously this didn't go over super well on Astro Twitter with all the astrologers. One of my favorite responses was actually Ali Alumi, who pointed out that that previous popes had used electional astrology in order to found like major parts of the church in Rome and create major buildings there. And, my response that I've thought of immediately upon, hearing this is just, the very first book of the Christian Bible, of the New Testament, opens with a story about how
Oh,
God.
okay. So did you all hear that? Did you all see that? Did you all see that? So the one astrologer showed how them old popes, them other popes were using electional astrology to build a lot of the stuff that's in the Vatican City, starting with St. Peter's Basilica. Okay? Did you all see that? Let me rewind it back just real quick, because we're gonna go to homie's tweet. Lilith out here being petty. She said the whole Catholic faith is based on a superstition. The fuck? Lilith out here being petty, and I'm here for it. But yeah, let's just rewind it back a little bit, because you all,
potential confirmation of something I've been nervous about for a while now, which is if astrologers would receive more pushback as the Saturn Neptune conjunction gets closer to going exact. And I feel like we've seen little hints of that, little instances, and now we have like
hold on
the
a
Pope
sec.
himself kind of taking a shot at astrology.
Yeah, it seems precisely on schedule to me, because it's not only
Okay, because now my page don't work. So he didn't send his evil spirits over here. He didn't send his evil spirits over here. He didn't send his damn evil spirits over here, and now it don't want to work. Okay. All right, let's go to homie's Twitter page, because I found it. Okay. So this guy. So this guy, he is a writer, assistant professor, historian of Middle East and Islam, politics, gender, blah 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 blah, esotericism, astrology, and science. Okay. So um he went and he pulled up some information with regard to um St. Peter's Basilica being built from electional astrology. And if you don't know what electional astrology is when you find the best day and time that's good. The planetary energies are so good to support you in doing something. So like for getting married or starting a business or starting a diet or something like that. Sometimes you only have certain windows of time to do that. It just really depends on the time frame that someone has. Like if you have a couple of months, then yeah, you can probably find a good electional time to base your project on, right? It takes a lot of time to do that, but come to find out, of course it's a thing. There are a lot of astrologers who do electional astrology charts that compile those charts and times for their clients or whatever. I don't know if I'll ever do that because some people are hard headed and don't listen anyway. But yeah. So um so yeah, he pretty much, yeah, here it is right here. Fun history fact. When Pope Julius II commissioned St. Peter's Basilica, he had his astrologers elect an auspicious, the best date and time for the construction. Here is the horoscope, aka astrology chart and time frame for the founding of St. Peter's Basilica, April 18th, 1506 at 9:21 a.m. So that is pretty much the astrology electional chart. Okay, this is a Vedic, more of a Vedic astrology type right here. But yeah, this is the astrology chart, the electional time, the best time. Those of you who on my Patreon, I have I do the day of power for you all, which is electional astrology. This is the chart for St. Peter's Basilica. So for this Pope to come talking out his ass, talking about astrologers and readers and magicians, baby, baby, history has pulled the receipts. Worldwide collaboration say he's a POS and he know it. Why do we get a hold of? He says, since I'm on the petty roll, wait till they found out that that blue-eyed guy. So yeah, here is the horoscope for when is a good day and time to build St. Peter's Basilica. St. Peter, St. Peter's Basilica, one of the 12 apostles. Okay. Early leader of the Christian church. Peter, which means rock. Okay. Wasn't this what they said? We gonna build this rock, we gonna build this church. But they out here, they out here acting like, they out here acting like they ain't never did no astrology. So but all of them was doing the astrology. All of them were doing astrology. The kings, the queens, they wouldn't do nothing. They wouldn't bring nobody to the courts. They wouldn't make any travel plans. They wouldn't get married. They wouldn't try to have you. They wouldn't do anything without astrology. Okay? So don't let any of these people tell you that no, we don't do this. No, we ain't never did this, and use evil, and don't let them people tell you that. Because homie right here, he pulled out them damn receipts. Okay, he pulled out the receipts. Exactly. Trying to angle people away from what's real, what's true, because they have it all hidden in the Vatican. The people, yeah, yeah. So don't let none of them people tell you use evil, use this, that, and the third. Okay, you can tell them to go to hell, or that they probably gonna go with you according to them. Because they just out here lying. They're just out here lying. They out here lying. They out here lying. But yeah, so in other news, something that I found that was pretty interesting. I know we've been talking about Hailey Bieber, Justin Bieber, particularly what's going on this, that, and the third. And I asked you all a question. And I asked you all a question when we were looking into Bieber doing those readings, right? Let me show you all this because we need to have a conversation. We need to have a conversation. So, new mom Hailey Bieber reveals Halloween decoration for her son, Jack Skellington, for my little Jack Skellington. Okay. Okay. And this was from October 6th. So this was literally a couple of days ago. Okay. So she put up a Jack Skellington for this couple-month-old baby, 2-month-old baby. Jack Skellington for my little Jack Skellington, she wrote over the top, nodding to her baby son. Get out of here. The statue had a stitched on smile, just like the iconic animated character. Okay. Okay. So, listen. You can do whatever you want for your baby. I just find it really strange, especially when we're talking about the esoteric. We're talking about what people in Hollywood allegedly do. Okay. Okay. So you're decorating and dedicating something that is tied to death energy to your son. Does anyone not find that interesting? Does anyone not find that interesting? I do not have children, so I do not know what it's like to be a parent. So I ask those of you who are here in the chat, those of you that have children, are you dedicating a skeleton, a symbol of death, to your child? So who here in the chat has children? And I want you all to tell me what you're doing. Are you doing this? Yes, no, why or why not? Jack Skellington for my little Jack Skellington. Because to me, with my esoteric eye, this is this is interesting. Do you all remember the movie Problem Child? That badass little kid who was into everything. And I think he had dressed up as the devil for Halloween one year in one of those Problem Child movies. I know I'm dating myself, but with those movies. But he dressed himself up as the devil. That was his costume because he was bad. That was a badass little kid. He was bad. He needed a straight jacket and an enema. He was bad. So that listen, imagery and things have energy. Okay. It's one cat said, no, not at all. You're not doing it. You said, I haven't done that for my children or my grandchildren and won't ever. Yeah. So she, like I said, we were having the tarot readings about what allegedly has happened to Bieber, the sickness of Hollywood and entertainment industry, all these alleged sacrifices and things like that. This baby ain't even, this baby is was born in August 23rd. This baby isn't even 2 months old yet. And this woman, this child's mother, has dedicated this skeleton, a symbol of, you're dead, you're gone, a symbol of death, right? To her child. Jack may be a sweet character, but we're talking about the underlying esoterics of things. Certain things have an energy, they have a frequency. Okay? Certain things have an energy and have a frequency. And I have never seen The Nightmare Before Christmas or whatever it's called, but I was kind of looking into different things. Notice that a lot of Tim Burton's movies have this eerie, weird, um, energetic to them. So I was looking into him. I was looking into him too. Notice his movies. They have the energy to them. As adults, it's fine. But out here, dedicating the skeleton, not for Halloween. Like I'm getting my little niece, I'm getting her the cutest little pumpkin outfit for Halloween. She's gonna be a pumpkin. Okay, something cute, not a jack-o'-lantern. She's gonna be a cute little pumpkin because when kids are like 2, 3 months old, they're still squishy and jiggly. They still have all that baby fat, right? She's gonna be the cutest little pumpkin ever. I would never, ever put her in a skeleton or a devil or something along those lines because things have energy. They have energy, they have signatures, they have frequency. Now, we were talking about Justin Bieber and, allegedly, and Hailey, and we were talking about the Kardashians and stuff like that too. I found this interesting. I found this interesting. I found this interesting. Let me show you. Let me show you. Look at this. All right. So we just went from Hailey Bieber and her dedicating Jack Skellington to her newborn. This is Khloe Kardashian. She gives a behind the scenes look at her extravagant Halloween decor, including 2 giant sculptures for her kids. And what are these sculptures? Well, what do we have? Jack Skellington. We have Jack Skellington again. We have Jack Skellington again. And this is October 5th. So this is around the same time. So she dedicated. Jack Skellington, we have a special guest at the front of the house. The guest is none other than The Nightmare Before Christmas's protagonist, Jack Skellington. 2 giant Jack Skellingtons out front. The addition of Skellington, the star shared, was an ode to her kids, daughter True and son Tatum, whom she shares with ex Tristan Thompson. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? Now, I'm not saying that there's foolishness abound. All I'm saying is I see things with esoteric eyes because I live this world every day. I don't turn it on. I don't turn it off. The esoteric spiritual life is a life that I live. So I'm looking at this like, okay. Okay. So when those of you who are parents, if your children participate um, in the school Halloween party activities at the community center or whatever, if you have one at your house or if kids come trick or treat, I want you to go see which parents have dedicated things to, regarding Jack Skellington and death energy to their children. I want you all to go look and see, and then I want you all to report back to me. Because this right here is telling me there are spiritual games afoot, especially as it pertains to these children. Okay? Spiritual games afoot as it pertains to these children. Okay? Okay. So this is, she got the Jack Skellingtons outside. Okay. dedicated to her two children. Just like Hailey Bieber did Jack Skellington for her newborn baby. So like I said, it's I'm not saying that, but I see things differently. I see things very, very differently. I see things very differently. Okay. Okay. So, I just want y'all to think about that for a few moments, especially because, um, especially because these are things being dedicated to their children. Especially, the talk about, Kardashians maybe had something to do with Bieber allegedly, all this other, I just find it very interesting. I find it very interesting that you know, this is yeah, that this is part of the conversation that's not being had. Okay? So, with that being said, let's move right along to some more stuff that I found that I just thought was absolutely interesting. Okay. So, we were talking about Freemasonry in Hollywood, how it's really an old organization, definitely worldwide, from the 1600s moving forward, from what we have seen on paper. So, there is one that really, really um is still in use today, especially as it pertains to Hollywood. So let me bring this over here, because as much as people want to say that no, no, that's not a thing. Let's Okay. So this is an ye old article from a couple years ago. So there are many of them in Hollywood, many Masonic temples in Hollywood, but there's one there, the main one that's still there. Okay. Hollywood Masonic Temple, historic building on the south side of Hollywood Boulevard. Okay, so it's still there. Okay, and right now it's the home of Jimmy Kimmel Live. Right now it's the home of Jimmy Kimmel Live. So, it was constructed in 1921. Okay, 1921. It had all the bells and whistles. All the bells and whistles. The building was designed by John C. Austin, a prominent architect who I believe also was a Freemason, right? Got to keep it in the family. Who later worked on Los Angeles City Hall and the Griffith Observatory. If you've ever been to LA, definitely go to the Griffith Observatory, because the Griffith Observatory has so much esoteric in there. If you go in there and you look at the domes, you absolutely, absolutely, and let me see if I can bring some of those pictures over right now, because where's my other phone? Because that place, okay, my other phone is dead, so I'll bring it over later. But yeah, so this is a Masonic temple. Right now, Jimmy Kimmel Live is recorded out of the Masonic temple, the Hollywood Masonic temple. Okay. So yeah. Now, not only has it changed hands, Walt Disney used to rent it. Walt Disney, people say he was a Freemason. People say he was not a Freemason, that he was part of some other organization, but the other organization was part of the branch of Freemasonry anyway. So, yeah. But this is it right here. The Hollywood Masonic Temple, now known as El Capitan Entertainment Center. Okay. Jimmy Kimmel Live. Okay. Jimmy Kimmel Live. Okay. So, if you ever want to take a look at some of these structures and not really sure, that's definitely one. That's definitely one. Now, I want to show you something else that I find very, very interesting. Is it this one? So, and I have to do some digging and find out if there are more. Um, but I know you all know that Washington, D.C. was, you know, designed with Freemasonry elements, right? I think that everybody knows that. Okay. You said you just went there last week. Okay. Well, now you know that's a Freemason building. Okay. Okay. How did Freemasonry influence the design of Washington, D.C.? It was designed by Pierre Charles L'Enfant. I'm sorry, I don't speak French. A Frenchman who came to America to fight against the British in the Revolutionary War. But like Washington, L'Enfant was a Freemason initiate into the Holland Lodge in New York City. Okay. Now, Washington, D.C. was established as an act of Congress, okay, to be the federal district. Okay. So, L'Enfant, he did design Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C., as above, so below. Let me scroll in some more so you all can read too. Was mapped as an earthly reflection of the celestial canopy above, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Crucial to L'Enfant's design was Pennsylvania Ave, which stretched a mile west from the Capitol to the White House, which coincidentally is oriented to the rising and movement across the sky of the star of Sirius. So, okay, movement of the sky. Okay, Sirius. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, that's the Capitol. It was designed by Charles L'Enfant, right? Designed by him because he was a Mason too. There's another city here in the United States that was actually designed by a Freemason. And this was something that I found, and I was like, oh, this is interesting. So now I'm on the hunt to find all of the different cities that may have been planned or built by Freemasons. So let me bring another one here to you, which you may be like, what? Really? Mm-hmm. Let me bring this over to you. Let me bring this over to you, which I found was very interesting. So, and I never suspected this. Never suspected this. But let me show you. Sandusky, Ohio. Sandusky, Ohio, laid out in the form of the square and compass. Who knew? Raise your hand if you knew Raise your hand if you knew that Sandusky, Ohio was laid out in the form of the square and compass and Masonic symbol. I didn't know. I had no idea. I did not know. I had no idea. Like I said, when you start looking around, you kind of find a lot of different interesting things. Yeah, I didn't know either. I didn't know either. So, yeah, Sandusky, Ohio. And this is from Grand Lodge of British Columbia and Yukon, freemasonry.bcy.ca/history/Sandusky/Sandusky.html. You can go to this and look at it yourself. So as far as this person was able to tell that Sandusky is the only city in the world originally laid out by Masonic symbols. In my mind, I'm thinking there are more, but I have no proof yet. I have to go dig around. Okay, so Hector Kilbourne, first Master of Science, Lodge number 50 in Sandusky, 1818, was the surveyor who made the original plan of the city. He proceeded with well-defining ideas and taking painstaking care in making the original survey, as well as giving names to the streets in honor of the statesmen, warriors, and other prominent in the early history of the country. Okay. The original plan of the city, as here represented, may be said to represent an open Bible, square and compasses in correct position to blah 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 blah. Okay, so if you pull up and here's the old plan. Here's the old plan. So you can see it here. You can see this long street here, and then this long street down this side, and then this right here. So this, and it has a slight curve right here. But yeah, so Sandusky, Ohio. Sandusky, Ohio was laid out in the form of a square and compass. This was someone who, he was, laying out the city. Laying out the city. Okay. And the ISBN number, if you want to go like pull this book and stuff like this, is down here at the bottom. That's for you to go do. But yeah. So, I found that very, very interesting. You live 2 hours away, girl. Listen, I didn't know either. It's very, very, very interesting, right? When you just actually look around and dig around or whatever. Yeah. Now, I want to again, because I'm just moving into so many different things that I found as far as just getting into the whole elite allegedly Freemasonry and such and such, such and such, such and such. I wanted to kind of go a little bit deeper into things. I kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper. Kind of wanted to go a little bit deeper. So we were kind of talking about, okay, so let me just start here because there is so much. There's so much. Let me start with this right here. Let me start with this right here because this I found was absolutely interesting. And we're just going to get down into the layers. We're going to get down into the layers of things. Let's start with this one. Now, reject all. There's music. Different areas of the country have their own style. Chicago has its Chicago house music. The Dirty South has its type of rap music. The grunge and stuff was coming from different parts of the world, of the country. But I found this interesting. See, when you go on a rabbit hole like me, you find a lot of different stuff. I want to show you all this because I know a lot of times, people think it's quote unquote a white people thing. No, it's an everybody thing. And I want to show you all this. And listen, I don't know nothing. Q doesn't know anything. But I find this very, very interesting. I find this very, very interesting. So let me share this with you all. Behind the spooky band name, 3-6 Mafia. Now, 3-6 Mafia has their place in American music history, in the American rap game. 3-6 Mafia is solidified, right? 3-6 Mafia is solidified. But I never really thought about the name 3-6 Mafia because it's like 3-6 Mafia, like 36 Mafia. I never really thought about it, right? 3-6 Mafia. So let's look and read. Let's make this a little bit bigger so everyone can see. Okay, one of the most beloved hip hop groups of all time, 3-6 Mafia was able to manifest adulation from fans into tangible awards. Okay. But as with most hip hop acts, collectives, this all time great group came from humble beginnings, and in their early stages, they went through a handful of different monikers until they landed on the perfect name. This is from American Songwriter website. I don't know how true anything is, but like I said, I just find it interesting because remember, when we're talking about the alleged degeneracy of, this whole Diddy case, what may have allegedly happened to Bieber, what allegedly happens to children, we'll see that things run far and wide. So when I saw this was very, very interesting. So here we are. Before 3-6 Mafia ever released their debut studio album in 95, they underwent many changes and evolutions, starting with just 2 members, okay, and now deceased Lord Infamous. The group first went by the Serial Killers. Okay. Eventually, the Serial Killers will put out their 1993 tape Come With Me to Hell, which included songs that will later be reprised as 3-6 Mafia hits like Tear the Club Up, which, I have to say that is one of my jams right there. And Corn movie. Y'all see it right there, right? Okay. Okay. We're going to skip down here to this paragraph. According to an interview DJ Paul did with Hip Hop DX in 2013, following Infamous's death, Paul noted that Infamous dubbed them the 666 Mafia in the verse for their harsh, wicked sounding music. Shortly after this, the group decided to move on from the Backyard Posse and adopt Infamous's nickname for them. Over time, they would evolve the satanic 666 inspired moniker into the smooth 3-6 Mafia, which has suited their sinful sound ever since. Like I said, names, items, images, they have resonance, they have frequency, and with that, it's energy. That's with all of that, right? Energy, that's with all of that. Energy with all of that. And then here is the original pointing out to that. Let's go to, because they talked about an interview that DJ Paul did with Hip Hop DX in 2013. So I found the original interview. Let's go there. Okay, so this is, you all can see this is 2013. This is the Hip Hop DX that he was talking about. Reject. It was hurt, all this, that, and the third, which I get it. Talks about Infamous's role in 3-6 Mafia's creation. Okay. So yeah, Okay, beyond the music, DJ Paul says that Lord Infamous brought a distinctive rap style to the Memphis group. Quote, he meant a lot because he was doing that tongue twisting flow that started the whole beef, the stupid beef with us and Bone Thugs and Harmony, DJ Paul says. We thought they stole our sound because they tongue twist over slow beats and talking about 666 like we did, which all of us were just young, but Lord Infamous was the one. So, the 666, 666. Like I said, things have a resonance, have an energy. Now I'm not saying they're devil worshippers. I'm not saying that they are Luciferians. I'm not saying anything, but understand that sometimes a thing is just a thing, but then if it's just a thing, then why are you quote unquote playing with certain things, if that makes sense. If that makes sense. Yeah. So, that's that. I found something else. Like I said, we're just getting started into going into things. Let me go back to my bookmarks. Now, they talk about, various government projects, various CIA projects and things like that. I want to show you all something. And I hope I still have it here because oh, okay. And I wish Donna was here because Donna will be able to give us more information, but we're gonna go into it. And I'm going somewhere with this. I want you all to see this. And I want you all to read this here. Go ahead and read the title. Go ahead and read the title. U.S. argues for immunity in MK Ultra mind control case before the Quebec Court of Appeal. Do you all see this? Do you all see this? This was from March 23rd. March 30th of last year. March 30th, 2023. Mm-hmm. I never knew that I would find such a thing. A proposed class action lawsuit over the infamous brainwashing experiments at a Montreal psychiatric hospital was before Quebec's highest court Thursday as victims attempted to remove immunity granted to the United States government. The U.S. government successfully argued in Quebec Superior Court last August that the country couldn't be sued for the project known as MK Ultra. That they couldn't be sued. That they couldn't be sued. Okay. That's interesting. That's interesting. Okay. So let's read a little bit more. Now let me make this bigger so you all can see. Okay. The U.S. government successfully argued in Quebec Superior Court last August that the country couldn't be sued for the project known as MK Ultra, allegedly funded by the Canadian government and the CIA. U.S. lawyers argued that foreign states had absolute immunity from lawsuits in Canada between the 1940s and 1960s when the program took. place. Okay. But survivors and their families of the experiments at Montreal's Allen Memorial Institute, which included experimental pharmaceuticals, rounds of electroshocks, and sleep deprivation, appealed that decision. I had never heard this before. Actual lawsuits. What a thing, right? This is wild, right? This is wild. This is wild. Mhm. Mhm. But yeah. Uh-huh. So, for anyone saying that no, uh, this isn't a thing, it was never a thing. This is just a tall tale. I want you to refer them to this article. Okay. On Thursday, a lawyer representing the U.S. government told the Quebec Court of Appeal that the country should be immune from prosecution and that any lawsuit against the U.S. government should be filed in that country. The court case stems from a class action lawsuit filed against McGill University, which was affiliated to the psychiatric hospital, Montreal's Royal Victoria Hospital, and the Canadian and U.S. governments after Montrealers allegedly had their memories erased and were reduced to childlike states. Class action lawyer Jeff Orenstein said Thursday he believes Canada's 1982 State Immunity Act, which outlines how foreign states can be sued in the country, is retroactive and can apply in this case. And this is Patricia Edwards Roberge, the daughter of an Allen Memorial Institute patient, speaks to a reporter outside the Court of Appeal. This was March 30th, 2023. Why am I showing you this? I'm showing you this because, when it's alleged that there are quote unquote the powers that be that do this, that, and the third, and then you have people who are out here um doing things to people that the entertainment industry and celebs and all this other stuff, that there's all these different types of wild things going on. Yeah, this is part of it. Especially when we're looking into like the programming and the breakdowns that some of these people have in the entertainment industry, and we just think they're going crazy or they're just taking too many illegal pharmaceuticals. No. It might be something like this. It might be something like this. Remember, if you go back to my video from, it was either late last year or earlier this year when I talked about MK Ultra, when we kind of went through the documents and we saw all the perverse ways that it was the MK Ultra was being done, but it was by the powers that be, aka the elite Illuminati, the Freemasons. How it's perverse, it spreads everywhere, including in Hollywood and entertainment industry. All these things connect. Okay. So I'm going to show you all one more thing because I have to. I'm going to show you something else that I promise I'm going somewhere. So let me bring this up. Let me get the link so I can bring it over there. Now this is someone's blog. This is someone's blog. But I'm going to show you anyway. This is the KBH blog, okay? And if you can see the title, Freemasonry, an Instrument of Corruption. Okay. Because we're going to start pulling all these different things together, and we're going to start just examining things. Okay, we're going to start pulling things together. We're going to start examining things. Do me a favor, and if you have been finding this stream of interest, please hit the like button for me. I know this isn't a reading, and a lot of people are here for like the readings and stuff like this, but I feel like some of this is things that we should look into. Okay, so yeah, an instrument of corruption. Okay. Because when we're talking about, the entertainment industry, um, and you can read this yourself. There are certain words I will not say. Certain words I will not say. But per this website, which is banjohollow.wordpress.com, Freemasonry is a blight on society. It is an apparatus that encourages political corruption to occur, and Freemasonic networks may have even helped to cover up large-scale, this word, among certain societal leaders at various times. Didn't we just hear the alleged allegations against Diddy, talking about some of those people at the freak offs may have been minors? Didn't we hear, from that lawyer saying that some people were afraid to come forward? And because some people did file police reports, but nothing happened with them police reports because they were all too connected. They filed police reports, but nothing happened because, quote unquote, people got people in their pockets. Okay. So again, like I said, I'm going somewhere with this. It is possible that Freemasonry itself was devised to allow for organized, that word, to exist among social leaders. And if that is not the case, then it was devised to encourage a general corruption among social leaders. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, I do fully believe that. Listen, I don't even know how to say this. I have heard and read that, um, as it pertains to the quote unquote UFO phenomena, that some of these ships made by various aerospace companies are used in trafficking people. Right? So, and me just saying that right now just gave me chills. So, so we are, and I'm not talking about the regular schmegular, your uncle's a Freemason and they giving out school supplies to kids. I'm talking about TP, TB, the powers that be. The powers that be. Okay. I'm glad you're finding it interesting. Okay. Because this right here, okay, because remember, I don't know if you all remember um that other article that I showed you all, where back in the early 1900s, becoming a Freemason was how you got into the entertainment industry in Hollywood. So it was the club to join to get into the entertainment industry in Hollywood. Okay. Okay. So, like I say, it's, just calling it The powers that be, whatever it is that you want to call, whatever it is that you want to call it. But whatever it is that you want to call it. But yeah, it's highly interesting. It's interesting, it's fascinating. They say you go off on the deep end and you put on your tinfoil hat. I want to show you all one more thing before I get out of here and let you go because I know it's late in some areas. So this is something else. This is a book. It's called The Eaters of Children. hmm This exposed, I don't even want to say the word, how access to power is granted through the torture, and ritualistic unaliving of the innocent. This is a book. It's called The Eaters of Children. It's called The Eaters of Children. Okay, it was written by author Giovanni Agostino Cerrucci, was published by blah, 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 blah. Description: the ultimate conspiracy is also the most horrible. A satanic elite controls all access to power. If you wish to join them, you must be like them, willing to do the worst things imaginable to the most innocent lives possible. Did we not just hear? And this is bigger than Diddy. This is bigger than Diddy. I haven't read the book. I don't have the book. Um, but it wouldn't surprise me. They have been operating since the dawn of civilization. So yes, we know about, Freemasonry and blase, 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 but certain things are a human problem. And some of it's esoteric, and I think this is where it meets. The Christian era forced them underground, but secretly these druids of depravity rule it all, and this book exposes them for you. Okay, the intimacy messages hidden in Disney cartoons, Moloch worship in the redwoods of California. Remember, I told you all, it's not Georgia, it's not the Gullah Geechee area, it's not New Orleans, Louisiana. That's heavily, heavily esoteric and ritualistic and magical. It's California. It's California. You have Bohemian Grove here. Okay, a lot of these early Masonic temples from Hollywood. The spiritualist movement that started in the late 1800s, early 1900s here in California. Aleister Crowley had his house in San Francisco. It's California. It's California. And the entertainment industry does it real good, making y'all think it's New Orleans. Oh, New Orleans, New Orleans, New Orleans, they're Creoles. New Orleans, and they do what? It's California. It's California. Per this book, per what's here, did you know the North American Man Boy Love Association was co-founded by a P-word Roman Catholic priest? The real reason why wars are started and why the elite fabricate them needlessly. Read about the head of MI6, which is British, the British Secret Service and stuff like that, who was a lifelong P-word and traitor. He also helped found NATO and seeded the global war on terror. The most infamous serial unalivers Every famous person you ever looked up to has been exposed to this dark secret and either keep it, been a victim of it, or participated. And I have no proof, but I believe this. I believe this. This book is 786 pages. So I don't have time to read that. Hey, Muffin. I don't have time to read that, but yeah. Mhm, mhm, Now, if you had a chance to, I hope that you were I hope that you personally had a chance to go back and look through um them Podesta emails, because them Podesta emails was real interesting. They're real interesting as it pertains to this alleged subject. So there is the world that's shown to us, and then the world that really exists, but is hidden under layers and layers and layers and layers. Mm-hmm. So, you know, um, I find it interesting. I find all of it very, very interesting. Um, yeah, I found it very, very interesting. So, yeah. So I'm gonna let you all go. Like I said, I know this. You said it's just staying up. I came in late. After I end this, definitely go back and watch it because I didn't really go too deep. I didn't say too many words. So as of right now, it's staying up. But as of right now, it's staying up. As of right now, it's staying up. Um, as of right now, it's staying up. So as of right now, it's staying up. I know you came in late, but yeah, yeah, this is real interesting. This is real interesting. So yeah. So we're gonna keep peeling back the layers. We're gonna keep talking about things. I'm gonna keep showing you things as I find things. Hey, Dimples Wimples. Yeah, this because this right here is deep and it's yeah, it's yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna keep showing you all like the different ways that things are interconnected and how a lot of what we think was one way was actually another way. So I love you all. I'm gonna let you all go, get out of here because it's almost 8 where I am, and I know it's almost 11 where some of you all are on the East Coast. Um, but yeah, so we may be having another one of these after dark. So I just may make another video and just like put it up real quick where it won't be live. We'll see. Um, Tomorrow I'm probably gonna get back to the tarot readings. Tomorrow, looking into Hollywood and or looking into whoever ever, I'll probably put up another poll So if you want to make your voice count, make sure you vote on the poll that I'm going to put up tomorrow asking you all what you want me to look into reading wise. So I'm going to let y'all go. Thank y'all for being here. And leave your comments under this video. Leave your comments under this video because, we're starting to tie these threads together. Yeah, people don't want to believe that this really happens. Absolutely. Absolutely. People don't want to believe at all. People don't want to believe. But I get it, who wants to think of society and the world as something like this or that something like this exists? But baby, things are definitely out here real. Things are definitely out here real. Yes, I'm talking about it. And talking about it, showing it, Yeah, so I thank you all for being here. Like I said, this may be hard. This was not a fun one. It started off fun, dragging the Pope by his nose hairs. But it turned serious very quickly. And yeah, so definitely please give this a like. And yeah, we're gonna be getting back to everything tomorrow. All right, y'all. I love y'all. Y'all stay safe. If any of you all are my Florida people, please stay safe. Please evacuate if you can, because I know Florida been going through it the past couple weeks. One hurricane and now another one. So please, my Florida people, if you can, try to get out, try to get into Georgia or somewhere else. I really want you all to be safe. So I'll probably be checking in on y'all tomorrow. So yeah, and it's bigger, right? This one is bigger than Helene. So, like I said, I just want my people safe. Mr. Hoodoo had to call his brother earlier today to see if he was okay, and the other sister, and she left Florida, and so I know that this is real for people. Please, please, please be safe. Get out of Florida. Get out of that part of Florida if you can. Go somewhere where you're going to, be able to have some provisions and be safe. Okay? Be safe. All right? All right, y'all. I'm out of here. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow.